So you came to the workshop, the rotator cuff tear and shoulder pain workshop, and you didn't schedule. I just wanted to share a couple of things with you because when that happens, I just think that there is something that I failed you on. Either in terms of communicating importance of the free consultation, or maybe you just have something else going on in your life at this moment and you need to put this off. But I wanted to share a really, really important viewpoint with you today. What you did was you saw an ad, whether it was on maybe Facebook or in the Times newspaper or in a postcard, or a friend who referred you in. You raised your hand and you called, or you went online. You registered for the workshop and you showed up. You listened to me babble about rotator cuff tears and shoulder pain and the 4 different muscles in your rotator cuff. We went over those, how to test for a tear in those, and how do you know what grade the tears are. So you filled out your worksheet, but you didn't schedule. Now, you might be a provider. I know frequently we will have physicians in the room, or even chiropractors, or even other physical therapists. If that is the case, then of course I get it. It makes sense that you wouldn't want to schedule your free consultation. If that is the case, just email me back and let me know that you are a provider, and that is perfectly fine. Now, also maybe I know some people will get upset that I didn't have the chance, because usually after the workshop I'll hang around and answer questions at the end, I should say, one-on-one with people. Now, some people will get upset that I don't have the time specifically just for them. It really puts me in a tough spot, because if I have a line of people and I'm working my way through the line trying to get everybody's questions answered, certainly I'm going to offend that person who is next, or that person who's been waiting for a while to have their question answered. And I've really tried, and there's really not a better way for me to handle that at this point. But what happens though is, when we do have an appointment, when you come in for a free consultation, you do have a chance to get your questions answered one-on-one with one of our world-class physical therapists who specializes in rotator cuff tears and shoulder pain. And the other thing though that can happen is, frequently we will run into this. Is recently I just had somebody who, after 2 to 3 years, they saw me do a rotator cuff tear and shoulder pain workshop, and they are now just coming back. They didn't schedule at that time for their free consult, and they finally came back in now after a series of injections. They're kind of on the eve of getting surgery. They waited this long to take care of their shoulder pain and their rotator cuff issues. And this is the single biggest #1 mistake I see with rotator cuff tears and shoulder pain sufferers. I see this particularly those with grade 2 tears of their rotator cuff. This mistake makes their condition worsen to a grade 3, which is a complete tear. And they completely ignored their condition until it's too late, or they wait hoping for the tear to heal on its own. Now, mind you, ignoring doesn't mean you're not doing something about it. And the common thing I hear people say is that, I've had this before and it slowly got better over time. Now, it's astonishing to me when I meet patients who have had their shoulder pain for 1 to 2 years, just waiting to get better, until finally something happens where they knew they better get help. And usually is when it's impacting their sleep already. Or maybe they couldn't put on their shirt like they used to. Or for the ladies, they have to put their bra on a different funky way. And even worse, it's gotten to the point where they've given up playing their favorite hobbies. Maybe you've given up playing golf, maybe bowling, tennis, or even just plain doing housework or yard work. Unfortunately, some who are waiting for their grade 2 tear to heal on its own, and they make a wrong move or a sudden move with their arm, and they get this sudden jolt of pain in their shoulder, it turned into a complete tear that could have been prevented if they only were more proactive about it. So, and this is what happens most of the time. Now, I don't want that to happen to you. So I'll once again offer you, I know I said that during the workshop that it was for that week only, but if you want the free exam, which is an appointment with one of our world-class physical therapists who specialize in rotator cuff tears and shoulder pain, just reply back to this email and let me know. We'll make sure that you get taken care of. We'll schedule an appointment with you And again, it's a 20-minute free exam. You get to see one of our physical therapists who specializes in rotator cuff tears and shoulder pain. And during the free exam, you'll find out at the end of that 20 minutes, you're going to know exactly what's causing your shoulder pain and what possibly from among the 4 muscles in your rotator cuff are torn, or whether or not physical therapy and conservative treatment or natural treatment is something that can help you out, what that plan looks like. Now, there's no obligation. You don't have to schedule anything else or anything like that after your free consultation. We're not going to try to sell you on our services. It's just our way of helping you get a really good grasp of what you have going on and what you need to do to handle it. So reply back to this email and let me know where you're at, and we'll get you set up with that free exam. See you then.